quick of our Torah uh, that this in this week's parsha, Matot Masai, it's basically we're finishing up Sefer Devarim, Sefer Bamidbar, uh, that the book of Numbers, and after this we will get to Deuteronomy, Sefer Devarim. Sefer Devarim or Deuteronomy is Moses' last speech before the Jews enter the land of Israel. Um, that what we have up until now is the history of the Jewish people in the wilderness. And there's an important reason why we had to go through this whole thing. To teach us, we're about to leave the wilderness. In the wilderness, we had a great life. There were open miracles every day that we were there. God took care of us. He gave us food, He gave us water, our clothes did not deteriorate. The food was such we did not have to relieve ourselves. In other words, every little thing that we needed, we got. Now there's going to be a major change for the Jewish people. We're going from a place where we're protected, that all of our little needs are taken care of. We're going to have to take care of ourselves. We're going to have to set up a society that is based on the Torah, which means we're going to be responsible for our actions. You know, it's interesting. This is like the way that you have children. And you know that the biggest thing for a parent is that when a child gets to a certain age, he can take care of himself. You know, the greatest thing that a child can do for his parent is say, you know what, I don't need you to take care of me anymore. You know, I can take care of myself. That I'm no longer a child. A child needs you for every little detail. God is saying to the Jewish people, up until now, you've been children. You're children of Israel. Now you're the people of Israel. Now you're adults. Now you have to do it on your own, so to speak. I'll be there. I'll be there behind you. There will be miracles. You just have to recognize the miracles that will be there. But it's now that you have to do the farming. You have to bring your own food. You have to do business. And I want you to do business, farming, etc., within the laws that I've laid down in the Torah. They have to be moral and ethical. One of the interesting things about the war against Midian, that all the booty was brought before Moses. You know, there has to be a full accounting of every little detail of everything that was taken. And it's open and above board. It's in front of everybody. Nothing is hidden. There's total transparency in financial matters of the Jewish people. This is very important. That even Moses, you know, couldn't say, well, I'm Moses, don't you trust me? And the answer is, we trust you, but it's a good idea so that people see that you're trustworthy. You know, I knew a guy who was a treasurer of my lodge, and he demanded that we do an audit of his books every year. This is a guy, good friend of mine, somebody I would trust, you know, totally. And I said to him, I said, why do you want an audit? Yeah, you know, I trust you. We all trust you. He said, and if I made a mistake, an honest mistake, but a mistake nonetheless, I want it to be caught. I want to make sure that I don't make a mistake. And it's a very interesting attitude. And this is the same thing with Moses and the leadership. Leadership has to be willing to be open, that people can overlook their shoulders and see the books, to see how everything is done. So this is why, and that, by the way, this is why if you look at the way the United States is set up with the Constitution, everybody's looking over everybody's shoulder. Not that We think that there'll be dishonest people, but when it comes to power, it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to goof up. So, like, what the Torah is telling the Jewish people is, now that you'll be running the show, make sure that everything's on the up and up. Make sure that everybody can see everything. Nothing should be hidden. Something to think about.